Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The NFL world is buzzing this week as all eyes turn to Washington, where Jaden Daniels is once again capturing the spotlight. After an electrifying debut in his second NFL season, Daniels led the Washington Commanders to a dominant 21-6 victory over the New York Giants in Week 1, reminding everyone why he is considered one of the league's most dynamic dual-threat quarterbacks. The young signal caller wasn't just effective, he was unstoppable. Completing 19 of 30 passes for 233 yards and a touchdown, he showcased precision and poise in the pocket, but it was his legs that truly set him apart. With 68 rushing yards added to the stat sheet, Daniels consistently kept the Giants' defense off balance, exploiting every gap, reading every angle, and turning potential negative plays into positive gains. Watching him maneuver through defenders, evade pressure, and create opportunities for his team felt like witnessing a quarterback in total command, not just of the game, but of his destiny. That combination of arm and agility is a rare talent, one that instantly elevates any team he leads, and the Commanders have now placed their hopes squarely on his shoulders as they prepare for a massive Thursday night showdown against the Green Bay Packers. But as the NFL narrative often reminds us, no hero's journey is without its obstacles, and this week, whispers of injury began to swirl around the young quarterback. Jaden Daniels appeared on Washington's estimated injury report on Monday with a right wrist issue, a detail that immediately raised eyebrows. The NFL, with its brutal schedule and relentless physical demands, offers little room for caution, and any concern about a player's health can instantly shift the storylines heading into a key matchup. With a short week looming and a primetime audience waiting, fans and analysts alike wondered whether the Commanders might play it safe, keeping their rising star off the field or limiting his snaps. The tension was palpable. In a league where one wrist tweak can derail a season, speculation ran wild across social media, talk shows, and sports forums. Every fan of the Commanders suddenly found themselves asking the same question: will Daniels play? And if he does, can he perform at the level we all know he is capable of? Thankfully, for those who have been following his meteoric rise, the answer came swiftly and definitively. Head coach Dan Quinn, speaking to the media earlier in the week, put the rumors to rest with a statement dripping with confidence. "Zero concerns," he said regarding Daniels' status. That brief declaration did more than just inform. It reassured an entire fan base, signaling that the young quarterback was not only ready but expected to take the field and lead his team without restriction. By Wednesday, NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero confirmed that Daniels had been officially removed from the injury report, solidifying that he would start Thursday night without limitation. The tweet, succinct yet powerful, read simply: Commanders QB Jaden Daniels, right wrist, is off the injury report and good to go. That single announcement reignited excitement, refocusing attention on the gridiron and the thrilling potential of the matchup rather than lingering uncertainty about player health. Meanwhile, on the opposite sideline, the Green Bay Packers are grappling with their own injury challenges, creating a narrative of uncertainty that mirrors Washington's. Key players, including defensive end Micah Parsons, right tackle Zach Tom, left guard Aaron Banks, and cornerback Nate Hobbs, are all listed as questionable for the Week 2 clash. Each of these athletes represents a critical piece of Green Bay's puzzle, and their health, or lack thereof, could significantly influence the game's outcome. Parsons, in particular, has shown remarkable resilience. Despite a back issue, he played a limited role last week and still managed to record a sack, proving that even when compromised, elite defenders can make an impact. The Packers coaching staff now faces the delicate challenge of managing injuries while maintaining competitiveness, knowing that every adjustment could be decisive in a primetime showdown. For fans of the league, this creates an irresistible storyline. Can a potentially short-handed Packers team withstand the onslaught of a confident, dynamic quarterback in Jaden Daniels? The matchup itself carries all the ingredients of a high-stakes drama. Daniels, fresh off a commanding Week 1 performance, will face a Packers defense that may be undermanned at multiple positions. His unique ability to extend plays and attack defenses both through the air and on the ground makes him a nightmare for any coordinator. but especially one dealing with uncertainty in key starters. The young quarterback's vision, speed, and decision-making ability have already been on full display this season, and his first-week performance proved he can remain composed under pressure. Against a Green Bay team that might be operating below full strength, Daniels could find seams and vulnerabilities that others might overlook, exploiting mismatches with the kind of fluidity and instinct that separates good quarterbacks from truly elite ones. For the Commanders, the stakes could not be higher. A win on the road against a storied franchise would not only bolster team morale, but also solidify Daniels' status as a bona fide leader in the league, capable of delivering under pressure when national attention is at its peak. As the countdown to kickoff ticks away, the drama is tangible. Analysts and fans alike are poring over every report, every practice observation, and every historical trend in search of clues. Will the Packers' defense hold together despite its questionable lineup? Or will Daniels' dual-threat capabilities prove too much to contain? How will Washington's coaching staff strategize to exploit potential weaknesses while safeguarding their quarterback? And perhaps most importantly, can Daniels sustain the momentum from his Week 1 heroics and deliver another performance worthy of primetime glory? Every snap, every decision, and every scramble now carries the weight of expectation, the kind of narrative tension that NFL storytellers live for. This is more than just a game. It is a stage on which a rising star could cement his reputation and a veteran franchise could fight to maintain its dominance amid adversity. The excitement extends beyond mere statistics or rankings. It lies in the human story unfolding before us. Jaden Daniels embodies the blend of talent, resilience, and ambition that fuels the NFL's most compelling narratives. Every throw, every dodge, every yard gained is a testament to preparation, instinct, and sheer willpower. On the other side, the Packers' struggle with injuries underscores the brutal physical demands of the league, highlighting the fine line between triumph and setback. In the intersection of these forces, Thursday Night Football promises not only a contest of skill, but a battle of perseverance, strategy, and heart. As kickoff approaches, fans are ready, analysts are speculating, and one thing is clear. Jaden Daniels is poised to make his mark once again, and the outcome of this game could resonate far beyond a single week in the NFL season. For the Commanders, the narrative is equally compelling. After a week, one victory that showcased both talent and teamwork, the squad enters Green Bay with momentum and confidence, led by a quarterback who has already proven he can change the course of a game with both arm and legs. The potential to exploit a weakened Packers defense adds a layer of tactical intrigue, as Washington may adjust its offensive schemes to maximize Daniels' playmaking ability. The tension of a short week, the scrutiny of primetime television, and the knowledge that every mistake or triumph will be magnified all combine to create a crucible in which Jaden Daniels must perform. Yet, if his Week 1 performance is any indication, he thrives under pressure, turning moments of adversity into opportunities for brilliance. Thursday Night Football has always been more than just a game. It is a stage where heroes are forged, where narratives collide, and where the unexpected becomes reality. With Jaden Daniels cleared to play, the Commanders appear ready to deliver a performance that could leave a lasting mark on the season. The Packers, despite injury concerns, remain a formidable opponent, promising a contest filled with drama, strategy, and intensity. As the countdown continues and fans across the nation tune in, the storylines converge. The rise of a young quarterback, the challenge of a beleaguered defense, and the promise of an unforgettable primetime showdown. Every eye will be on the field, every play will be dissected, and one thing is certain. Jaden Daniels' journey is only just beginning, and Thursday night could be the stage on which he truly announces himself to the NFL world. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. Shockwaves are reverberating across the NFL today, and if you blinked, you might have missed one of the most earth-shattering moves in recent league history. Justin Jefferson, the star wide receiver who has been the shining light of the Minnesota Vikings offense, has reportedly made a jaw-dropping switch, leaving the Vikings behind and officially being confirmed as a member of the Washington Commanders. Yes, you heard that right. One of the most electrifying and productive young receivers in the game, known for his jaw-dropping catches, unmatched speed, and an uncanny ability to make defenders look foolish on a weekly basis, has just flipped the script in a way that nobody saw coming. Rumors had been swirling for weeks. Whispers about contract negotiations, discontent over team direction, and speculation about potential destinations had kept the rumor mills running, but few expected it to culminate in such a seismic move. The moment the news broke, social media exploded. Fans across the country were trading disbelief, shock, and heated debates. Some Vikings fans are in utter denial, refusing to believe that the player who has redefined their franchise's identity over the past few seasons is truly gone. Meanwhile, Commanders fans are already buzzing, imagining what the addition of a receiver like Jefferson could mean for their offense, and speculating about how he will instantly elevate their team into legitimate contention. The NFL landscape, which many assumed was stable for the upcoming season, has suddenly been thrown into chaos. Analysts are scrambling to assess the ripple effects. How does this change the dynamics in the NFC North? How will this affect fantasy football? And what does it say about team strategy in an era where superstar movement is becoming increasingly common? The story, of course, begins long before this official confirmation. Justin Jefferson, drafted by the Vikings in 2020, quickly emerged as a transcendent talent, a receiver who could turn seemingly impossible throws into highlight reel plays. Over the past 3 seasons, he has amassed a level of consistency and explosiveness that put him on par with the elite names in the league. Yet, behind the scenes, sources hinted at growing tension between Jefferson and the Vikings front office. Contract negotiations reportedly stalled multiple times, with whispers of dissatisfaction regarding long-term commitment, offensive strategy, and even the team's broader trajectory. While Jefferson's on-field performance has been nothing short of spectacular, the off-field discussions allegedly painted a different picture, one of a player seeking a more aggressive, ambitious environment, a team that could match his ambitions and maximize his prime years. That desire, according to sources close to the situation, eventually led him to the Commanders, a franchise eager to redefine itself in a crowded NFC East. The move, while shocking on the surface, may actually be a calculated play by Jefferson, positioning himself not just as a star receiver, but as the centerpiece of a team that can fully leverage his skills in a system designed to highlight his speed, route running, and unparalleled ability to create separation. Speculation has already ignited across sports media. Analysts are debating whether this is a classic win-now move by Washington, who clearly sees the opportunity to vault themselves into immediate contention with the addition of a talent like Jefferson. Comparisons are flying. Is this the Commanders' equivalent of blockbuster moves like Odell Beckham Jr.'s trade years ago? Or does it represent a more nuanced approach, where strategic roster building is paired with opportunistic talent acquisition? The financial implications are also under scrutiny. Jefferson's contract, reportedly substantial and front-loaded with incentives, signals that Washington is fully committed to not just acquiring a superstar, but making a statement to the league. We're here to compete, and we're willing to invest big in top-tier talent. Meanwhile, Vikings fans are left to grapple with a stark reality. Losing Jefferson creates a massive void in the offense, one that will be impossible to fill overnight. The discussion has immediately turned to Minnesota's potential responses, whether they will pivot to developing younger receivers, target free agents, or even consider another high-stakes trade. The ripple effect is massive, and experts are already forecasting how this move could alter the draft strategies for multiple franchises, as teams scramble to adjust to a suddenly more competitive NFC East and a noticeably weakened Vikings passing attack. But let's not forget the human element in all this drama. Justin Jefferson is not just a statistical marvel. He's a player who brings energy, leadership, and a unique charisma to the locker room. Reports from insiders describe him as someone whose presence shifts team dynamics, whose work ethic and professionalism set the tone for younger players. For the Commanders, acquiring Jefferson is about more than just on-field performance. It's a culture shift, a signal that the team is serious about building around elite talent and creating an environment where high-level players want to thrive. Sources suggest that Jefferson was drawn not just by the team's vision, but by the opportunity to be a central figure in shaping the identity of a franchise hungry for success. His move may mark the beginning of a new era in Washington, one that could redefine the team's approach to free agency, player development, and game strategy. Meanwhile, the NFL's balance of power feels immediately altered. The NFC East, long dominated by the Cowboys and occasionally shaken by surprise contenders, suddenly has a new threat, one powered by a receiver whose game-changing abilities can flip any contest on a single play. Fans and analysts alike are already adjusting their predictions, reevaluating schedules, and imagining what a Jefferson-led Commanders offense could look like against some of the league's toughest defenses. Rumors continue to swirl about the behind-the-scenes negotiations that led to this blockbuster trade. Some insiders suggest there were multiple teams vying for Jefferson's signature, with aggressive bids from both the Dolphins and the Bills reportedly on the table. Washington, however, allegedly managed to secure the deal through a combination of strategic maneuvering and a compelling vision for Jefferson's role in the offense. The secrecy surrounding the final discussions only added to the mystique and drama, creating a narrative that feels almost cinematic. Sources close to the deal hint at heated conversations, last-minute concessions, and a level of urgency that underscores just how valuable Jefferson is perceived across the league. There's talk that the Vikings, caught off guard by Jefferson's decisiveness, may face internal scrutiny over how they manage the situation, and questions are already being raised about front office strategy, player relations, and the balance between retaining top talent and managing team finances effectively. For fans, the excitement is almost unbearable. Social media feeds are flooded with highlight reels, predictions, and debates over Jefferson's fit in Washington's system. Comparisons to past NFL shakeups are inevitable, but many argue that this is different. This is not just a trade, it's a statement, a bold gamble that could define both Jefferson's career and the trajectory of the Commanders franchise for years to come. The broader NFL community is watching closely, with commentators noting that moves like this signal an evolving era in professional football, one where player empowerment, strategic vision, and blockbuster transactions are reshaping the way teams are built. Meanwhile, fantasy football enthusiasts are already adjusting their rankings, projecting Jefferson's potential stats in a new environment, and imagining the weekly fireworks as he faces new defensive matchups. The discussion is endless, the debate heated, and the anticipation palpable. As the story continues to unfold, one thing is certain. Justin Jefferson's departure from the Vikings and arrival at the Commanders marks a seismic moment in NFL history. It's a move that will be dissected for years, analyzed in countless highlight reels, and remembered as the day a superstar made a bold, career-defining choice. Whether it turns out to be a masterstroke or a gamble, the league, the fans, and even casual observers can agree on one thing. The NFL just became infinitely more interesting, and the ripple effects of Jefferson's move will be felt far beyond the confines of Washington or Minnesota. The chatter is already impossible to ignore, the speculation relentless, and the excitement unmistakable. This isn't just a trade. This is a story of ambition, strategy, and the ever-shifting landscape of professional football, a story that will dominate headlines, social feeds, and conversations for months to come. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.